tonight. Steve, let's take a look at the starting five for the McPherson boys, who come in at 14-5. They've won 14 of their last 16 games after starting the year 0-3. First will be Cody Stufflebean, a 6'4" junior, averaging 13 points per game. Really did a good job in the postseason last year, especially in that state championship game against Jeremiah Robinson Earl and locking him down early. And Cody will have a big test tonight with the big man for Newton, Demarius Peterson. Second will be Max Alexander, a 5'10" sophomore, playing in his first ever postseason game, averaging 13 points per game so far this season and 12 per game over his career. Third will be Kyler Hoppus, a 6' senior, 3 points per game, and I think he's really played a strong back half of this season. The last 2, 3, 5 games, I think Kyler Hoppus has been really good, and hopefully he can carry that into tonight. Fourth will be Jace Kinnamon, a 5'10" senior at 4 points per game. He got to play a lot in sub-state last year, and at that point had a career high of 6 against Ulysses here inside this building, and the bus hopes to keep shooting it as well as he has. And then finally, Jake Alexander, a 6'5" senior, 18 points per game to lead the Bullpups this season. And Jake Alexander has thrived in the postseason when you look back at sub-state throughout his career. When you look at the state tournament, he had 23 in the state semifinals last year. Jake Alexander's the guy that they need to have at his best tonight.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, Jake realizes he's at the end of a really great career. He'll go down as one of the all-time greats, probably one of the 20 all-time best players in Bullpup history, and he knows the other team's got a guy that can really play, so he really needs to play. And if they could cancel each other out, I like the Bullpups' chances.
Starting five for the Newton Railers, who are 11-9 on the season. They were 7-5 in ABCTL Division I, which turned out to be one of the best leagues in all of Kansas, whether it was 6A or 5A. Jackson Brackeen, a 6' sophomore, who has not done a whole lot of scoring for this team of late, but he is their best point guard and their best assist man. Second will be Alex Krogmeyer, 6'3" junior. He averaged 10 points per game a season ago and has been averaging over 10 so far this season. Third will be Jamison Jones, normally wears number 22, wearing 32 tonight, a 6'2" senior. Fourth, Demarius Peterson, a 6'7" junior, or senior, and then inside, the big man and the best player on the floor for Newton, Ty Berry, a 6'4" junior, averaged 21 a game a season ago. He's been offered by almost every single school in the area, and he is going to be a tough matchup tonight. Steve, let's take a look at our keys of the game, presented by Alliance Agency, Inc., located on the second floor of the Warren Place.
Keep the Railers off the boards. I didn't realize I knew they had the 6'7" Peterson kid, but when you look at everybody else, they average about 6'4" a man out there, and really for the Bullpups, once you get past Stufflebean and Jake Alexander, there's not a lot of size for the Bullpups. So I think crashing the boards is going to be a key for the Bullpups tonight.
That's our key to the game, presented by Alliance Agency, Inc. Our first half start is brought to you by the Community Foot Clinic, serving Central Kansas with comprehensive foot care since 1998, as we are ready to rock inside the Roundhouse tonight as we restore this rivalry between McPherson and Newton here in the 2019 5A West Sub-State opener. The tip is up between Demarius Peterson and Jake Alexander. And Jake Alexander and the Bullpups win the tip. They'll go to the basket to our right. Just underway, McPherson with Jace Kinnamon, Jake Alexander, Cody Stufflebean, Max Alexander, and Kyler Hoppus, the 5 on the floor in their white home uniforms.
And Ty Berry on Jake Alexander.
That's the matchup that we assumed we would get here tonight. Jace Kinnamon left corner, they leave him open. He'll try a three and knocks it down. Nothing but net. The bus is rolling here inside the Roundhouse. Back-to-back games with a three as he gets things going here to start.
And he's also guarding Ty Berry. He's given away about 6 inches, but they're hoping that he'll muscle him a little bit and frustrate him.
Bullpups with a 3-0 lead, just over 30 seconds in. Ty Berry with the basketball on the left wing. Drives down the right side of the lane, floats a shot up off the glass, and that's good. Ty Berry is so good at getting to the basket. He does so there, and they cut this lead back to 1. Jake Alexander on the right wing. They'll go back up top with Max Alexander and reset. 3-2 McPherson, just a minute in. Right wing, Jake Alexander pulls the trigger from 3. That one's no good, and a rebound to the backside by Jackson Brackeen. Jackson Brackeen, of an interesting note for McPherson fans, he is the cousin of Emma Ruddle and Gus Ruddle from the McPherson teams. Ty Berry dribbles in, dumps it off for Demarius Peterson, who had a chance at a big-time dunk. It goes through his hands and into the baseline, back to McPherson.
And I think if Jace Kinnamon comes out, Seth Madron might get the shot at Ty Berry. I think they want to keep Jake off because they don't want to get Jake in foul trouble.
3-2 McPherson, just over a minute in. Kyler Hoppus on the right wing, passes up top for Jace Kinnamon. Max Alexander coming off of a career high of 28 against Augusta in their last game. That was last Monday. Max drives the baseline and tries to dump one off underneath for Cody Stufflebean, but the ball is knocked out of bounds off the Railers. McPherson will keep it.
Bullpups need a game like shooting at the ball like they shot against Augusta when they were 30 of 47.
Well, when you score 84 points, it is hard to lose. Cody Stufflebean takes the inbounds pass up top, and now will give it back to Max Alexander, guarded by Jackson Brackeen, two of the best sophomores in this area in terms of guard play. Cody Stufflebean tries the backdoor pass for Kyler Hoppus, who drove in and nobody was there. Passes back to the top. Jace Kinnamon tries another three, and that one's no good. A rebound for Ty Berry.
Looked good when it left his hand, though. It looks like they're just conceding Jace the three-pointer.
I think the Bullpups would like to make them pay for that. Brackeen on the right wing, passes back up to the top for Alex Krogmeyer. A big jump step in, and they will call him for a travel. His first initial move, bringing the ball over the head and the jump stop in the lane, that was fine, but he slid a little bit.
Yeah. I think you got to get the ball inside the Stufflebean. I think what you want to do, try to get Peterson in foul trouble. I think you could pump fake him because it looks like he wants to just block everything.
Right wing, Max Alexander, he'll try a three. That one's no good off the back iron, and a rebound off the floor for Ty Berry. Just over 2 minutes in, 3-2, McPherson leads. Taking on the Railers here inside the Roundhouse. Berry top of the circle. Crosses over, thought about a step-back three. Now dishes back off to Brackeen. They'll go inside. Trying to dump it off to Marius Peterson on the back door for Jamison Jones. And it's taken away by Jake Alexander. Here comes Kyler Hoppus. Stops on the right wing. They'll be picked up by Jamison Jones. Works around a screen. And now they'll reset. Max Alexander up top. And now Seth Madron will check in at the next dead ball. 5:20 left to go in the first. 3-2 McPherson leads. Max Alexander hands off to the top of the circle for Jake Alexander. They run the weave offense. Kyler Hoppus, they leave him open. He'll try and make a pay, and he does! Kyler Hoppus buries a three from the top. Kyler Hoppus, Jace Kinnamon both knocked down threes, and the Bullpups lead 6-2.
Yeah, the Bullpups are known for their big three of the two Alexanders and Stufflebean, and so far, it's been the complimentary players.
Brackeen stops at the free throw line, being defended by Max Alexander. Ty Berry backs his way back out toward half court. 4:50 left to go in the opening quarter. 6-2 McPherson leads. In the lane, Peterson draws contact off the window, no, and a man-sized rebound underneath for Cody Stufflebean. The Bullpups are off and running. Max Alexander crosses the time stripe from left to right, crosses over, and now they'll reset up top. Good pace for McPherson here early on. Max Alexander is bumped while he's driving down the right side, and they will call a foul on the Railers. That's on Ty Berry, his first and team foul number 1.
And now Madron in for Jace Kinnamon, who in his 4 minutes held Ty Berry to just one basket. Pretty good job by the Buffs.
Max Alexander will inbound on the baseline to our right. Instead, they'll actually move the ball over here to the sideline for the Railers. 4:31 left to go in this opening quarter, and the Bullpups with a couple of threes here early on. Lead 6-2. Jake Alexander matched up on Ty Berry. They've seen a lot of each other over their careers, and not only in the high school setting, but also in the AAU circuits. Max Alexander, nice move, drives in, floater, too strong. Offensive rebound, Cody Stufflebean. Putback won't go. Gets another miss. There was a second one up, and that is blocked by Demarius Peterson. Rebound for the Railers. Ty Berry with the outlet pass at the right wing. Tries to drive down the right side, drives and passes all the way out to the top. Brackeen a three, and an air ball that lands on the baseline, and this one will go back to McPherson. Good job by Cody Stufflebean at working hard inside, but Demarius Peterson makes Cody Stufflebean look small.
Demarius Peterson's about 6'7", and I'm guessing, 255?
Somewhere in there.
He's a big dude.
Halfway through quarter number 1, McPherson 6, Newton 2. Only 2 points from Ty Berry so far for the Railers. They'll work a pass down low, great screen. They dump it off Stufflebean. He had a chance at a three-point play, but a foul will be called on Newton. It just spun out, and Cody Stufflebean will go to the free throw line for 2. And like Steve said, trying to get Demarius Peterson in foul trouble. That's his first.
Cody Stufflebean will be the first to say, I should have finished that, because there really wasn't that much of a bump on it. As strong as he normally finishes that, but just spun off. And for some reason now we got several Bullpups wearing long-sleeved white jerseys, so of course it's very, very cold in the Roundhouse.
And Steve is wearing a pea coat as Cody Stufflebean knocks down the first.
Yep.
It's very rare that somebody's field goal percentage will be much better than their free throw percentage. And Cody Stufflebean has been that this year. 76% from the floor at 60% of the free throw line, but he knocks down both. 8-2 McPherson with 3:45 left to go in the opening quarter, and Cody Stufflebean says, hey, Coach Adrian, I bet I could play a little soccer, and it'll be called for a kickball.
And Jaheim Ray is in the game for the Railers, and he is a real fast player with the basketball. He is like lightning out there.
He is not a real tall player, listed at 5'9". Ty Berry takes the inbounds after the kick. He'll try an 18-footer and knocks it down. Tyberry with all 4 for the Railers here early on. 8-4 McPherson. 3:35 left to go in the first. Max Alexander works around a Stufflebean screen. The C's part, the floater in the lane's no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds, though, off of the Railers, and the Bullpups will keep it. Max Alexander, I'm sure, was surprised at how open the lane was. He stepped in, and then nobody was there.
Point-blank layup. Got to knock those down.
Max Alexander on the baseline, trying to slip a pass inside for the backdoor Cooper Courtney. That's not there, and we'll throw one out to the top for Jake Alexander. Matched up on Tyberry. Jake has yet to score. Drives in. A whole lot of contact. His shot is knocked out of bounds.
And how many times have we seen Jake stumble? I don't know if it's the shoes or what, but he blows a tire on the way to the basket.
I thought that one was a little bit to do with contact. Max Alexander inbounding again on the baseline. Trying to lob in the lane for Jake Alexander. That's not there. Max will get the ball back. Nice move. Tries the pass underneath. Stufflebean finishes with his right hand. And he got a big tomahawk chop to the right arm or two. No foul is called, but Stufflebean with his first basket. 10-4 McPherson. Now a great defensive play as Stufflebean jumps and knocks the pass into the baseline on the other end. 10-4 Bullpups, 3:08 left to go in the first.
Yeah, on that last possession, Max Alexander, a terrific feed. He drew the defenders, drive and dish.
And wrapped around on the baseline, the inbound for Jamison Jones. Dumping it down low, Peterson. There were 4 Bullpups putting up a gate around Demarius Peterson. Ball tips off his fingers and out of bounds into the baseline. Bullpups are really capitalizing on the Newton turnovers here early on, Steve.
Yeah, Newton a little sloppy with the basketball. Really good team defense so by the Bullpups. They do not want to let Peterson catch the ball 2 feet from the basket.
10-4 McPherson, 2:55 left to go in the first. Jake Alexander dumps a pass down low. Stufflebean gives it off. Cooper Courtney had it for a moment. Now it's taken away. Gets the ball back. Seth Madron top of the circle. Crosses over. Stops at the elbow. Now back into the hands of Jake Alexander. Hesitates. Steps back to the three-point line, and the Bullpups reset. 2:35 left to go in the first. 10-4 McPherson leads. Trying to keep this pace against a very good Newton team. Cooper Courtney back to Madron. Being defended by Tyberry. Jake Alexander pumps on a deep three, wants a screen off the left hip of Alex Krogmeyer. Pick and roll. Stufflebean shot underneath is blocked and no good, but the rebound tipped back out by Cooper Courtney.
Just a great hustle play by Cooper that time.
Is it me or is Cody Stufflebean just getting massacred?
Oh, he is, yeah.
Max Alexander drives in a ton of contact. His shot's no good, but another offensive rebound for the Bullpups. Jake Alexander with a mismatch. Drives in. Thought about dumping it off. That's a Cooper Courtney. Steps into the lane. Cooper driving in and finishes. And one for Cooper Courtney. The foul is finally called and a chance at a three-point play. Make it 12-4.
Hey, Cooper Courtney has come to play tonight. Now the bus back in. Max Alexander is going to get his first rest of the night with just under 2 minutes to go.
1:58 left to go in the opening quarter, and Cooper Courtney will go to the free throw line where he's only attempted 4 free throws so far this season. And he's also made all 4 of them, trying to make it 5 for 5, and does. Cooper Courtney with 3 points, and the Bullpups lead by 9, 13-4. Newton down to the other end. It felt like the Bullpups had the ball for 2.5 minutes on that possession. Back to Krogmeyer on the left wing, pumps and loses the basketball. Now picks it back up at the top. We'll get the ball to Demarius Peterson on the left wing. Now Tyberry works around a screen and gets the ball back in his hands. He has all 4 points for the Railers here early on. They'll switch, and Seth Madron will get back on Tyberry. 1:35 left to go in the opening quarter. 13-4 McPherson leads. Madron guarding the very good Tyberry. They'll flip it back to Berry on the right wing. Tough contested 3. That's no good, but an offensive rebound for Demarius Peterson. Going to work on Stufflebean. Shot is blocked, but a foul is called, and I believe they're going to call it on Cody. And it might have been on Cooper Courtney. It will be on Stufflebean.
The cylinder call. Shane Harden, the official, when you give that up and down, that's that cylinder foul that they like to call.
So that'll put Demarius Peterson to the free throw line for 2. 6'7" senior in his career averaged 9 points per game against the Bullpups and misses the first free throw. That was just the first team foul on the Bullpups in the game so far. Cody Stufflebean to the bench. Kyler Hoppus will check back in. So it's Kyler Hoppus, Chase Kinnamon, Seth Madron, Jake Alexander, and Cooper Courtney, the 5 on the floor.
And if Peterson makes this, he is coming out of the game, and he did.
1 for 2 at the stripe there for Demarius Peterson. Makes it 13-5. Checking in for him is Owen Mills, a 6'6" freshman. Bullpups so far from the floor, only 31%. A lot of those were blocked shots. Newton is 2 for 5. They have not had a lot of opportunities to score here, and part of that is because of the turnovers. Kyler Hoppus runs the basketball from left to right, dumps it off to the top for Cooper Courtney. on the right elbow. Gets a one-on-one matchup. Cooper Courtney drives in. His layup won't go. Offensive rebound for Seth Madron as he's diving into the baseline. Jace Kinnamon drives. Back out to Jake Alexander. Matched up on Ty Berry. Jake stops at the free throw line. Passes off for Cooper Courtney. Now Madron with 50 seconds left to go in the quarter. Bullpups leading by 8.
They might just kill the clock unless they get a layup.
Tyler Hoppus to the right wing for Jake Alexander. Works around a screen. Open J from 18, and that's good. Jake Alexander with his first bucket. The Bullpups lead by 10. 30 seconds left to go in the first.
And a wide open Jake Alexander 10-footer is just like a layup.
We'll see if Newton wants to hold for the final shot. I don't know if they will, just because they can score with so many different players. Brackeen drives, and his pass is tipped and stolen away. They'll dump it off, and now Ty Berry steals it back. Throws the ball here to the left wing, almost goes out of bounds. But now the Railers will have one more chance. Krogmeyer pumps on a three, dumps it down inside for Jamison Jones. Back to Krogmeyer, out top, three ball from the wing, and banks it in. 4 seconds left to go in the quarter. Jace Kinnamon at half court with 2, with 1. Didn't see it, throws up a shot, and that's no good. And that will do it for quarter number 1 here inside the Roundhouse as Newton makes its first three-pointer of the quarter, nearly at the buzzer. They bank it in, and that makes it a 7-point game going into quarter number 2. 15-8, McPherson leads. We'll start the second quarter after this in 30 seconds. Listening to Bullpup Basketball, 96.7 FM, KBBE. Start of the second quarter inside the Roundhouse. Jim Joyner, Steve Sell, 96.7 FM, KBBE, or for those of you listening at MidKansasOnline.com, very competitive first quarter between McPherson and Newton as the Bullpups lead at 15-8. The Bullpups 5 out of 15 from the floor, 2 out of 5 from 3, and a perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Newton 3 for 6 from the floor, 1 out of 3 from 3, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And maybe the most important stat, Ty Berry with just 4 points.
Yeah, it's just been great help defense by the Bullpups. They've gotten a lot of tip passes and things like that, deflections, steals. They're just doing a great job so far, and Jace Kinnamon and Seth Madron so far have been on Ty Berry and done a really good job.
Original 5 starters on the floor for McPherson. Kinnamon, Jake Alexander, as well as Cody Stufflebean, Max Alexander, and Kyler Hoppus. Ty Berry with the ball in his hands right out of the chute. He'll drive in, pass for Demarius Peterson on the baseline is tipped. It goes out of bounds, and they'll say it's off the Railers, back to McPherson.
I think the Bullpups got a break there.
I think they did too.
And Ty Berry was kind of questioning the call, and I think he had every right to. But Bullpups are doing a great job of making Berry pass the ball. They have one guy on him, and then they double him, so really smart game plan for Coach Kinnamon.
Max Alexander drives the baseline, dumps it off for Cody Stufflebean, and gets to take it away. Here comes Ty Berry with a one-handed pass left wing. Krogmeyer dumps it down inside, and a big-time rejection from Kyler Hoppus. He was outsized by 8 inches, and Hoppus soars in the air with a big-time block. Right wing for Jace Kinnamon as he knocked the ball out of the hands of Demarius Peterson. Hoppus at the top, pumps on a 3. Now he'll try one. Hoppus, no good, but an offensive rebound for Jace Kinnamon. Back door, Max Alexander drives, scoops a pass, and a foul will be called on a block. We'll see who this is called on. If this is on Peterson, it's his second, and it is.
Big play. And I'll tell you what I really like about Max Alexander's game. He's not concerned with how many points he scored. He's doing a great job of dishing the ball because he's used to scoring quite a few points. They were taking away his offense, but he's doing a great job of passing the ball.
Jake Alexander, very calm and patient, passes to the right wing for Max Alexander. Max dumps it down to Cody Stufflebean in the lane. Turnaround, left-handed shot, won't get the ball! And a putback jam! Jake Alexander rises up and slams it down. It was sitting on the rim, and Jake Alexander destroyed that rim.
That may be the play of the year. I'm not kidding. That was unbelievable.
Newton driving and running the other end, passing to no man's land, taken away. Max Alexander steps in, contact, tries to finish and one, but instead the shot rolls it out, and 2 free throws are coming up for Max Alexander. What a putback from Jake Alexander. We've seen him get up, especially on dunks where he knows he can take off, but I don't think I've seen that type of putback dunk from Jake Alexander in his career.
Oh, that was just pure explosiveness.
They're actually going to call the foul on the floor.
Wow.
So Max Alexander will inbound on the baseline to our right. Ball is tipped out of bounds off of the Railers. So they'll try this one again.
I already had 2 free throws put down.
I thought almost for sure it was in the act of shooting, but they will call it on the floor, 17-8. McPherson leads with 6:39 left to go in the second quarter. Jace Kinnamon with a 3 tonight. Kyler Hoppus with a 3 tonight. Jake Alexander with 4 points. Backdoor, Kyler Hoppus double-teamed at the block, gets the ball knocked out of his hands. A nice steal by Jackson Brackeen. Back into the hands of Ty Berry. 17-8, McPherson leads. Just underway second quarter. Berry with a nice move. Contested deep three from the top. No good. Rebound, Max Alexander on the backside. Max will run the floor. Dumps it down low. Stufflebean gets mugged. A foul is called, and I think it's going on Ty Berry, and if it is, that's his second. And it is. 2 fouls on Ty Berry, 2 fouls on Demarius Peterson, and 5 team fouls against the Railers.
And you know, we always talk about keys of the game. You can never count for early foul trouble. You never think about that. And Ty Berry now out of the game, and here's the Bullpups running a great inbounds play like they always do.
They lob it into the lane. Jake Alexander finishes off the window, and the Bullpups lead by 11. Jake with 6, and the Bullpups with Newton's 2 best guns on the bench. Rakeen hands off at the top of the circle for Jaheim Ray. Ray, the 5'9" junior guard, pumps in the lane, tries a 10-footer and knocks it down. Nice take and a nice finish there from Jaheim Ray going over the top of Cody Stufflebean.
Bullpups have got to take advantage with their 2 stars on the bench. Jake's feeling it.
How about a deep three? That's no good, but an elevated rebound for Jaheim Ray. 19-10, McPherson leads, 5:35 left to go in the first half. Bullpups hosting the Newton Railers here in the sub-state opener in 5A West. Rakeen hesitates. Floater on the baseline. Teardrop gets it to go. That's his first basket. And a timeout taken by Coach Kinnamon. 5:26 left to go in the second. McPherson 19, Newton 12. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball. 96.7 FM, KBBE. 5:26 left to go in the second quarter. McPherson leads Newton 19-12 here early on, but the big storyline so far for the Railers, Demarius Peterson, Ty Berry, their 2 best players, in foul trouble with 2 and on the bench probably for the rest of this first half.
And the Bullpups have really got to build up an advantage here. So, and I don't know what Max is trying to do there, but
passes down to the baseline. Dumps it off. Jace Kinnamon gives off Cody Stufflebean. No foul call. Tries a second one. Gets the roll. It's good and one. And Demarius Peterson, who had come back in, just picked up his 3rd foul. And Andy Preston just picked up a technical.
Yep.
Things are starting to spiral the wrong way here for the Railers in the first half. 5:06 left to go in the second. Cody Stufflebean got the basket to go and 1, so he's got 6. So he will have an and 1 free throw as well as a couple of technical free throws.
This could end up being a 5-point possession.
So they will give a technical foul on the Newton bench
and Mark Schnabel's losing his mind over here about the call.
Cody Stufflebean knocks down the and 1 free throw, so he's got 7. 3 out of 3 at the stripe, and now Max Alexander will come take the 2 technical free throws. 22-12. And now the Bullpups have a chance, like Steve mentioned, to make this a 5-point play. It's a very rare 5-point play, and Max misses his first. Max has been such a good free throw shooter for this team this year. 81%, 79 out of 92. Second one for the sophomore guard is good. 5:06 left to go in the second quarter, and the Bullpups not only got a 4-point play there, they get the ball, and the big man for the Railers, Demarius Peterson, just picked up his 3rd foul.
And the official was very calm on that technical. I don't know what Andy Preston said, but he said the magic word because that happened real quick.
See if the Bullpups can capitalize here. Cody Stufflebean, they give it to him inside, kicks it out to the top. Jace Kinnamon happened to be right in front of Jake Alexander and made the catch. Right wing, they're trying to feed it down low to Stufflebean. Kinnamon pulls the trigger for 3, and that one's no good, and a rebound on that backside by Jaheim Ray. Bullpups lead by 11, 4:44 left to go in the second. Ty Berry back into the game, playing with 2 fouls. Being defended by Seth Madron. The Bullpups have mixed up their defensive strategy a little bit here early on in this game. A 3 ball from the corner for Jackson Rakeen is good. He's got 5, and Newton cuts it back to single digits.
He's got kind of a squirrely looking shot, but it's very effective.
Who do you think could win in a shooting contest, him or his cousin Emma Ruddle? Max Alexander drives, floats up a shot. They will call the foul on the floor, so the Bullpups will keep it. That is team foul number 9 on the Railers. Foul is called on Jaheim Ray, his first.
9-1 in fouls. I'm sure the Newton fans are definitely pointing that out, and I'm sure Coach Andy Preston is pointing that out to the officials.
And I will say, in their defense here, Steve, the Bullpups have done a really good job of getting the ball inside, where Newton has not been able to get the ball inside.
Yeah, they're just hatching it. They're hatching it from way outside.
So a 1-and-1 coming up here for Max Alexander. His first is good. So Max has got 2 points here, both of them at the free throw line, and Newton forgot that it was a 1-and-1 and started running the other way with the ball. First one good for Max Alexander, 24-15, 4:21 left to go in the second.
Bullpups need to kind of tighten up on Rakeen because looks like he's in the rhythm, and Max misses that one.
And he does not go 1 for 2 very often. It just did it back-to-back times. Rebound for Ty Berry. Alex Krogmeyer stepping in, left hand off the glass, no good. Strong rebound for Jake Alexander amongst the trees. 6 points for Jake. Also a couple of boards for him tonight as we approach the halfway mark of the second quarter. Jake works around a screen from Cooper Courtney, feeds it back to him on the left side. Back to Max Alexander. Now Coach Kinnamon calls out a play from the bench to our left. Bullpups attacking the basket over to our right.
Take it right at Ty Berry. He's got 2 fouls.
Max Alexander back to the top for Seth Madron. They get it to Jake on the left wing. Pumps and drives the baseline. Stops right in front of Ty Berry, trying to draw that contact. Jake now kicks it back out to the perimeter. 3:40 to go in the second. McPherson leading by 9, 24-15. Max Alexander, heat check 3 from the left wing. It's good! Right in front of the Newton Rooters over there as he knocks it down. His first 3 of the night, and the Bullpups lead by 12. Now, Ty Berry drives in, and a foul will be called on the floor. We'll see if they call this one on. It will go on Seth Madron. That's
and
a
Bronx cheer from the Newton fans.
Probably looking up at the team foul total that says 9 for Newton and 2 for McPherson. Ty Berry, corner 3 off the inbound. That's no good. Rebound is poked out of bounds by Max Alexander. It was contested with him and Brackeen, but they'll say it's off of Max last, and Newton will get a second chance.
Really impressed with this Brackeen. I hadn't heard too much about him. Very skinny, long player. Just a sophomore. He's going to fill out. He's going to be a great player.
Berry inbounds up top for Alex Krogmeyer. Ty Berry has yet to score here in the quarter. 4 points, all of that came in the first quarter. Give credit to Seth Madron and to Jace Kinnamon for locking him down so far tonight. Krogmeyer, open 3 from the top, and that's good. That's his second 3. He's got 6. That makes it 27-18.
I tell you, this Newton team, they can shoot the 3.
And that's why this has been a scary team this year. Max Alexander drives in, stops. On the left side, gets it poked away by Jaheim Ray. Jamison Jones gives it back to Brackeen. Down the left side, Krogmeyer stepping in. Floater is good and one as Cooper Courtney tried to set up there for taking a charge.
Well, Cooper turned to the side. That's a good call.
So Krogmeyer gets the basket to go and one, and all of a sudden, Newton gets it back to 7. 27-20, and Alex Krogmeyer will step to the free throw line to try and complete the 3-point play. He's had a very sporadic stat line the last couple of games. His free throw's good. So Krogmeyer leading the Railers with 9 points tonight. In his last 6 games, here's how many points he scored. 15, 5, 16, 2, 6, 10.
A model of inconsistency.
All over the place.
And Newton on a 6-0 run now. They're down 12. They've cut it in half.
27-21, 2:40 left to go in the first half. Jace Kinnamon on the right wing, trying to get the ball inside for Stufflebean, being defended by another big, strong Jamison Jones. Down low, Stufflebean with 3 arms all over him. That shot won't go. Rebound tipped out and grabbed by Brackeen. Ty Berry passes over to the right side. Krogmeyer drives the baseline, tries to dunk over Stufflebean. A block is called, and they are going to call goaltending. And now, I don't know if I saw that. It looks like Cody Stufflebean got a piece of the basketball, and they're going to call goaltending. So Krogmeyer will get credited for the basket. He's got 11. He went in for a dunk and missed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see goaltending. That was weird. 2:15 left to go in the second. 27-23, McPherson leads.
8-0 run for Newton.
Max Alexander stops, 12-footer in the lane. Misses off to the left side. Rebound Ty Berry. Berry running the floor from right to left. Matched up on Seth Madron, driving in, floater off the window, it's good. Ty Berry's got 6, and a timeout taken by Coach Kinnamon. A 10-0 Newton run, and the Railers are right back in this. 1:59 left to go in the second quarter. McPherson 27, Newton 25. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Bullpup Basketball, 96.7 FM, KBBE.
Make sure your equipment is ready to go by letting a John Deere certified technician at Prairie Land Partners inspect it. Their winter service power inspection program is going on now with great savings on ag and residential equipment inspections and no payment, no interest incentives for qualified customers. Plus, any John Deere agricultural part that's installed by a Prairie Land Partners technician is backed by a 12-month parts and labor warranty. To learn more, contact your local Prairie Land Partners service manager or visit them online at prairielandpartners.com. Offer expires December 31st, 2018. Some restrictions apply. See Prairie Land Partners for details.
1:59 left to go in quarter number 2 here inside the Roundhouse, and the Bullpups felt like they were about to pull away. They were leading the Railers by 14, but Newton rattles off a 10-0 run, and they're back within this one, 27-25. 1:59 left to go in the second quarter, and Steve, this is why this is such a scary Newton team. They can beat you in so many different ways, and even though Ty Berry hasn't been great tonight, they've had other guys step up.
And ever since the technical, it's been all Newton that fired up the railers. They felt like the officials were working against them, and I think they're playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and the Bullpups start to, that body language you talk about, you're starting to see some doubt in the Bullpups' mind.
1:50 left to go in the first half. Jake Alexander's pass is almost stolen and taken the other way. The ball ends up back in his lap. Left wing for Max Alexander, being defended by Jaheim Ray, who grabs Max by the waist. Max drives in. Little finger roll is good. He's got 7.
And the Bullpups have got to start tightening up on the defensive end. And it's the guys other than Ty Berry, Rakeen and Drogmeyer.
Krogmeyer tries a 3 from the left wing and knocks it down. Krogmeyer now with 14 points here in the first half, and it's back to 1. 29-28. Kyler Hoppus works around a Cody Stufflebean screen. They feed it to him inside. Stufflebean's pass is deflected, stolen away by Jaheim Ray. Ball poked out from behind by Kinnamon. Ray throws it back into the lane and taken away by Stufflebean. This game has moved into warp speed here at the end of this first half. Down to 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. 29-28, they give Jace Kinnamon the lane. Right-handed floater, no good. Offensive rebound, Stufflebean, and they'll call him for a travel. And Coach Kinnamon is not happy. He thinks that Stufflebean's just been getting bullied.
Oh, he is. Cody Stufflebean is getting absolutely bludgeoned inside. It's a war in there.
50 seconds left to go in the first half, and Newton has a chance to take the lead.
Yeah.
29-28. Ty Berry playing with 2 fouls. Drives in, kicks it out. Ray down the right side, trying to block from behind as Max Alexander might have been tipped. Shot's no good. Max running in traffic. Ball was poked out from behind by the Railers, and the Bullpups will have it on the baseline. 34 seconds left to go in the first half.
And Max barking at Jake, telling him, you got to let me know. It wouldn't matter. You can't hear near it so loud.
Especially down on that end to our right with all the Newton faithful that have started to get loud here at the end of this quarter. Jake Alexander will try a 2 with his foot on the line and nails it. Jake Alexander's got 8. 31-28 with 25 seconds left to go in the half. What a game so far between McPherson and Newton. Ty Berry and the Railers want to hold on for the final shot of this first half. They're trailing by 3. Berry being defended by Jace Kinnamon. Ty already with 6 points in the game, but a good job by the Bullpups to hold him to that. Ty Berry, step back, right corner 3, no. Rebound kicked out, Ray's got it. Back to Krogmeyer, left wing for the tie, it's good. At the buzzer, Alex Krogmeyer ties the game up at 31, and that's how we will go into the locker room. Alex Krogmeyer cannot miss as he has 17 points, and how about this for shooting from 3? 4 for 4, and that is the reason why the Railers are in this game. Halftime here inside the Roundhouse, and McPherson and Newton are tied 31 apiece. Steve, we had a feeling that this is the way this game could go, and for just a moment, it felt like McPherson was about to pull away. They had grabbed a hold of this game, they were starting to run, but Newton would not let this one slip away.
Well, they're just shooting lights out, and Cody Stufflebean is getting absolutely massacred inside. They've got to clean the inside game up, because every time he gets the ball, he's literally getting dragged down in there. But again, Bullpups have done a great job on Berry. But Krogmeyer, wow, no one saw this coming.
He's got 17 points for the Railers. Ty Berry with 6, 5 for Jackson Brackeen, and 2 for Jaheim Ray, then 1 more for Demarius Peterson, who was in foul trouble the entire first half for the Railers. On the McPherson side, 8 points for Jake Alexander, 7 points for Max Alexander, 7 for Cody Stufflebean, and then 3 each for Jace Kinnamon, Cooper Courtney, and Kyler Hoppus. It feels like at halftime of this game here, Steve, that McPherson offensively had the right game plan and that everything has gone their way. Defensively, though, Newton has been able to make shots. And as you look at their field goal percentage, 57%, 12 out of 21, and then 5 out of 10 from 3.
Yeah, they're just shooting the lights out, and they're bombs. I mean, they're way out there. I'm not sure, you generally give a guy a 24-footer, but they are just knocking them down.
Halftime here inside the Roundhouse, McPherson 31, Newton 31. We'll step aside and come back on our Prairie Land Partners halftime show in 4 minutes. Listening to Bullpup Basketball on 96.7 FM, KBBE. 31-31 as we start the second half here inside the Roundhouse. Original 5 starters on the floor for McPherson. Max Alexander, Kyler Hoppus, Jace Kinnamon, Jake Alexander, and Cody Stufflebean. And like Steve mentioned, no Demarius Peterson to start for the Railers. He has 3 fouls. Jaheim Ray, as well as Jackson Brackeen, Alex Krogmeyer, Jamison Jones, and Ty Berry. The Bullpups immediately get the ball inside the lane. Jake Alexander, turnaround Jay is good. Jake stopped at 10 feet, spun around like a top and got the shot to go. He's got 10, and the Bullpups retake the lead by 2.
And it would be a bad thing to get that third foul on Ty Berry.
No, it would not. He's being defended by Jace Kinnamon on the end to our right. Jaheim Ray dribbles in, and a reach will be called on Max Alexander, and he knew it as soon as he stuck that left hand out there. Max will pick up his first team foul, number 1 of the second half. Now, Max Alexander is listed at 5'10". Jaheim Ray is listed at 5'9". I don't believe he's 5'9". Jaheim Ray back out to the top, but he is a really good player and was a big impact for this Newton team in the first half. Ray on the left wing being defended by Max. Kyler Hoppus will hedge high on a screen. They get it back to Brackeen in the left corner. Now he's being defended by Max Alexander. Ty Berry, top of the circle, crosses over. Contested three from the top for the lead. No good. Rebound for Cody Stufflebean. Probably should have been a hold on the rebound, but the Bullpups grab it anyway.
I think they think Cody Stufflebean's so big and strong that he can just flick guys off.
Draws 2 defenders, kicks it out right corner. Kinnamon pumps on a three, little floater in the lane, spins it out. Offensive rebound, Cody Stufflebean, and the putback is good. It's a man's game for Cody Stufflebean, and the Bullpups lead by 4.
And that means Demarius Peterson's going to come back in. What a move by Berry.
Berry drives in, floats one off the backboard, and good. He's got 8, his first points of the second half. 35-33, minute 20 in. Max Alexander drives all the way around. Left corner, Kyler Hoppus had a three that he made, and they'll say he traveled and gathered into taking that shot.
Yeah, but he made the shot, and that's seeing the basketball go in will help Kyler Hoppus.
Bullpups will apply full court pressure here on the Railers and not let them walk the ball up the floor. They get the ball to Ty Berry, being defended by Jace Kinnamon. Berry stops at 15. They forget about him. Tried an open look. It's no good, but an offensive rebound is kept alive by Jamison Jones. Grabbed by Demarius Peterson. He's stripped from behind by Kyler Hoppus. Ball nearly knocked out of bounds, but Peterson grabs the loose ball and scores to tie the game up at 35 apiece. That's his first basket.
Yeah, and offensive rebounds again.
Max Alexander drives in, underneath, dumps it off, Stufflebean, blocked from behind, no foul called. Here come the Railers to the other end. Krogmeyer fouled by Jace Kinnamon, and that'll put him to the free throw line for 2. That was his only option there, as Alex Krogmeyer was elevating and had a chance to go up strong at the rim, but they call the foul, and Newton has 2 free throws here to take the lead.
And it just looks like it's going to be a no-foul zone on Cody Stufflebean. No matter what he does, they're not going to call a foul when he gets the basket.
First free throw for Alex Krogmeyer is good. That brings him up to 18 points so far tonight, and what a night shooting. 6 out of 7 from the floor, 4 out of 4 from 3, and now 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Second one for Krogmeyer, no good, and a rebound for Jake Alexander. 36-35 Newton, just 2 minutes into the second half. Jake Alexander and the Bullpups attacking the basket to our left. Left wing for Jace Kinnamon. They'll go into the left corner for Kyler Hoppus. Trying to feed the ball inside for Cody Stufflebean, who's matched up on Demarius Peterson. The big man for the Railers with 3 fouls. Jake Alexander spinning. Floater in the lane, a little short. Rebound tipped out by Stufflebean, but grabbed by Ty Berry. Brackeen nearly traveled, barely. Berry gives it off. Krogmeyer scores at the rim, and Alex Krogmeyer's got 20.
7 straight for the Railers.
And they lead by 3. Max Alexander steps into the threes, fouled on the arm, and he'll have 3 free throws coming up here. They kind of forgot about him, and he stepped into a three-pointer and was open. Foul's called on Jackson Brackeen. That's his second foul. Team foul number 1 on the Railers, and 3 free throws coming up for Max Alexander to potentially tie the game.
And I think the word at halftime was to stop Krogmeyer, but he is just absolutely continuing to rip up the Bullpups.
McPherson now 7 out of 9 at the free throw line tonight as Max makes the first, and the second one's good as well. Max Alexander, 4 for 6 at the free throw line, 9 points. Jace Kinnamon will check out of the game. Seth Madron will check in his spot. Now Max Alexander to tie the game with a third free throw. It's good. Great job by Max for stepping up confidently and knocking those 3 down. 38-38, 5:30 to go in the third quarter. What a game we've got going here in McPherson. If you were sitting at your house, you've got about 10 minutes to get here for the fourth quarter because you will not want to miss it. Ty Berry dribbling out near half court, matched up on the freshman Seth Madron. Pass here to the right wing for Krogmeyer, nearly intercepted by Jake Alexander. Brackeen pumps on a 3, pulls up from 15 at the elbow, no good. Rebound for Cody Stufflebean. And his outlet pass goes through the legs of Max Alexander, a little low there, and taken back away by the Railers. Cody Stufflebean already with 8 rebounds. Backdoor, Krogmeyer slips to the backside, and he scores at the rim. Krogmeyer with 22 points, and the Bullpups trail by 2.
Well, we got to find somebody to guard Krogmeyer. I don't know who's guarding him, but he is just absolutely killing. There should have been a foul, but no call.
So Cody Stufflebean goes up with the left hand and scores. He's got 11 over the top of Demarius Peterson. Almost got that 4th foul. Bullpups tie the game back up at 40 apiece. Berry drives, tries a shot from 18, it's good. Ty Berry right on the baseline and puts himself in the double digits with 10.
And it's official. Defense is an afterthought tonight.
They try the pick and roll for Cody Stufflebean. Max Alexander's pass was kicked by the Railers, and the Bullpups will get the possession back. Cooper Courtney into the game for Kyler Hoppus.
In the old days, they call this racehorse basketball. Just a lot of great offense going on right now.
The Railers will go back to their smaller lineup as they take Demarius Peterson out of the game. Max Alexander inbounding on the baseline to our left. Wanted the lob for Jake Alexander. He gets the basketball and goes up. No foul called. They'll outlet up the floor. Krogmeyer goes up strong and throws it down with two hands. Krogmeyer with 24 as he leaked to the other end, and a timeout called by Coach Kinnamon. Newton 44, McPherson 40, as Alex Krogmeyer has more than half of the Railers' points here tonight. 4:16 left to go in the third, and Steve, sometimes it's really hard to stop a player when he gets into a rhythm, and McPherson learned that firsthand with Jude Warren a couple of weeks ago, and they're trying to not let what happened at Circle that night come back to bite him here tonight again.
Yeah, and the last three games, the Bullpups defense is absolutely just dried up. They're just not playing any defense at all, and Krogmeyer is just...
Krogmeyer with a K.
I keep calling him Drogmeyer.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. Well, I do, because there was a Drogmeyer back in the old days. But anyway, Krogmeyer is absolutely lighting it up.
4:16 left to go in the third. And how about Newton shooting tonight, Steve? 18 of 30. That is 60%.
Yeah.
Bullpups with the basketball out of the timeout. Jake Alexander, Cooper Courtney, Cody Stufflebean, Seth Madron, and Max Alexander, the 5 on the floor. Looks like Newton has gone to, what, a 1-2-1-1 zone, 1-2-2 zone?
Yeah, I think they're going to match up out of it.
Max Alexander at the top of the circle. He's being defended by Ty Berry. Cooper Courtney on the right wing. Inside Seth Madron tries the back door. Jake Alexander's reverse layup is no good, but he's fouled. That'll put Jake to the free throw line for 2. Foul going to be called on Jackson Brackeen. That is his third. So Newton is in all sorts of foul trouble here as Ty Berry's got 2. Demarius Peterson has 3. Jackson Brackeen has 3. First free throw for Jake Alexander is good. He's got 11. Bullpups cut back to that lead, trail by 3.
Man, this is just a great offensive basketball game.
Second one for Jake Alexander to make this a 2-point game. He does so. Jake's got a dozen. Leading the Bullpups in scoring tonight. Cody Stufflebean with 11. Max Alexander with 10. The Bullpups doing their best to hang with this Newton team offensively, who has been lights out since the start of the second quarter. Krogmeyer passes to the right side for Brackeen. Inside, Demarius Peterson loses it for a moment. Grabs it on the baseline, and his heels run the baseline. Turnover on the Railers going back to McPherson.
And remember, the Bullpups only gave up 8 points in the first quarter. They were sensational defensively, but since then, 23 in the second and already 13 in the third, and we're barely halfway through.
44-42, Newton leads, 3:35 left to go in the third. Max Alexander being defended by Jaheim Ray. Jake Alexander, backdoor, Cooper Courtney off the window, it's good. Great vision to find Cooper Courtney cutting on the back door. Coop's got 5, and we're tied up at 44. Ty Berry using that left arm, dribbles in, down the right side, gives it off. Jamison Jones scores, and Newton will take a timeout as soon as the basket goes down. Jones with his first basket, 46-44 Newton, 3:18 left to go in the third. We'll take it with them. Be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bullpup Basketball, 96.7 FM, KBBE. 3:18 left to go in quarter number 3 here inside the Roundhouse. 5A West sub-state opener between McPherson and Newton, and this one feels like a state tournament game between these two very good teams. 46-44, the Railers lead. The Bullpups with the ball out of the timeout. The Bullpups have this one kicked off of the Railers. They'll have it underneath.
And, we talked on the According to Jim show. Really, you have to kind of look at it. The state tournament does start tonight with as good a matchups as there are.
Jake Alexander turnaround in the lane and gets a sweet, sweet roll on the end to our left. Jake's got 14, ties the game back up at 46. First team to 80 tonight. Ty Berry drives in, too easy as the C's part, and a layup for Ty Berry. He's got a dozen. Outlet up the floor. Jake Alexander spins into trouble, and now trying to get the ball back into the hands of Max Alexander. 2:40 to go in the third. 48-46 Newton. How many points is it going to take to win here tonight, Steve?
I think it's going to be 70.
Max Alexander to the left corner for Cooper Courtney. Max gets it back. Drives the left baseline. It was bumped. Tries to pass to the lane, but it's stolen by Ty Berry. Into a 3-on-2. Dumps it off Krogmeyer. 10-footer. This one's short. Offensive rebound and putback is there for Ty Berry. Berry's got 14. Krogmeyer with 24 for the Railers. And it's a 4-point Newton lead. Madron into the lane for Cooper Courtney. Kicks it back out. Madron on the right wing. Bullpups reset. Jake Alexander matched up on Ty Berry. Jake stops. 18-footer just behind the free throw line. No. Rebound tipped out by Jaheim Ray. Newton off and running into a 1-on-4. Trailing it back to Brackeen. Loses it in the corner. Taken away by Jake Alexander. Crossing up, and now a foul will be called on Alex Krogmeyer. That's going to be his second, and team foul number 2 in the second half.
And that's a good foul because they hardly have any fouls in this half, and Jake was on his way, so a very smart foul.
Jackson Brackeen will check out of the game. Now Jace Kinnamon will check back in for McPherson in the spot of Cooper Courtney. So Kinnamon, Jake Alexander, Cody Stufflebean, Seth Madron, and Max Alexander, the 5 on the floor.
The big concern right now, Ty Berry is starting to cook. He's starting to feel it. So Seth Madron has really got his work cut out for him.
Right wing, Max Alexander. Wanted the back door for Jake Alexander, who was curling around. Back to Madron on the right wing. Dribbles into the corner. Now tries to throw it down low for Stufflebean, who wasn't looking. And they throw it into the McPherson bench. A turnover on the Bullpups. That's their 11th. 10 turnovers on the Railers. But the thing with Newton tonight, Steve, is they've had high percentage shots over and over again.
Yeah. And Krogmeyer, just anywhere on the floor is a high percentage shot.
He's 9 for 11 and 4 for 4 from 3. Jaheim Ray on the left wing. Driving in down the right side, and Max Alexander will be called for a bump. Max will pick up his second. Team foul number 3 here in the second half. Tyler Hoppus will check back in the spot of Max Alexander. He needs a quick breather before we get going here in the fourth quarter. They're going to need fresh legs from him because this is a Newton team that, well, they're playing at warp speed.
Newton is playing with a ton of confidence right now. They really are.
Now Madron with a steal off the inbound. Into a 2-on-1. Jake Alexander breaks away and slams it down on the other end. Maybe that'll get this crowd going. Jake Alexander with a monster dunk. He's got 16, and the Bullpups cut it back to 2. Right off the inbound.
It's going to start with defense.
Krogmeyer drives in, and the charge is called. The bus cemented his feet in the paint. Krogmeyer went right through that big chest of Jace Kinnamon, and he picks up his 3rd foul.
And I think Bullpups might have got away with there. I wasn't sure the bus was quite set.
I thought he was.
Did you? Okay.
Krogmeyer came in hard. He's called for the charge. 50-48 Newton with 1:08 left to go in the 3rd. And we'll see if the Bullpups can capitalize on opportunities here tonight. And I think that's the key of this fourth quarter. Capitalizing on your opportunities offensively. You can't have 0 for stretches at the free throw line. They have to convert on those. They have to make easy layups. This is a team that has no margin for error tonight. Max Alexander and the Bullpups trail by 2. Max crosses over on the left wing. Back out to Hoppus. Jace Kinnamon passes into the corner for Madron. Stufflebean on the block. Trying to go to work. Waits for everybody to clear out. Throws up a shot out underneath. That's no good. And a foul will be called on the rebound on Cody Stufflebean. That's his second. That one off of the miss. Team foul number 4. And Newton is doing a whole lot of offense to defense substitutions, which you don't see as much early in the game, or as early as we are at here, still in the 3rd quarter.
And Coach Kinnamon, again, he wants to know why there's no fouls when Cody Stufflebean goes up for a shot. And again, he gets hammered all the time. And there's a foul on Jace Kinnamon. That's a legit call.
He's fouled, or he's called for the foul on Ty Berry as he was holding him as they're trying to get him the ball on the inbound. Team foul number 5. The bus picks up his second. And now Newton will come help out in the backcourt. Brackeen inbounds for Alex Krogmeyer, and we'll see if Newton wants to hold for the last shot here of this quarter, down to 40 seconds remaining.
I don't think it's in their DNA. I think they don't even need a 24-second shot clock.
Brackeen passes to the right side, nearly stolen by Jake Alexander, but they catch a break. Back to Berry at the top. Berry spins to the left elbow, works his way to the rim, and scores. Ty Berry now with 16 for the Railers, and it's a 2-possession game, 52-48. Jake Alexander on the left wing. Now the Bullpups want the final shot of the 3rd. 15 seconds left. And we'll see what kind of play they run here. Down to 12. Max Alexander being defended by Ty Berry out by the half-court stripe. Max dribbles down the left side, drives contact, left-hand layup, it's good. What a take by Max Alexander with 3. Up to Brackeen, and he travels. right in front of the bullpup bench. Kyler Hoppus and Max Alexander stood in front of him, and with 1.8 left to go in the third, the Bullpups trail by 2, but they've got the ball and a chance to steal a couple of points here.
Don't be surprised if you see a lob play, especially now that they've taken Peterson out of the game. Look for a back screen lob.
Max Alexander inbounding right in front of us. They'll lob it to the back door. Stufflebean catches, goes up off the window. It's good! And they tie up the game going into the fourth quarter. They draw it up perfectly. Steve Sell calls it perfectly. And we have got one heck of a fourth quarter coming your way. McPherson 52, Newton 52. As we go to quarter number 4. Don't go away. We're back in 30 seconds. Listening to Bullpup Basketball on 96.7 FM, KBBE. Start of the fourth quarter here inside the Roundhouse. Jim Joyner, Steve Sell, 96.7 FM, KBBE. And what a game we've got going here tonight. A sub-state opener. Feels like a state championship game between McPherson and Newton. They're tied up at 52 apiece going into this fourth quarter. Steve, we've said it 19 other times this year. This McPherson team, they have to find ways to finish down the stretch.
And you know, I said 70 points it was going to take to win it. It may be more than that.
It might be 90. Into the lane immediately for Newton. Off of the inbound. They throw it down low to Demarius Peterson. His shot's no good, and a man-sized rebound for Cody Stufflebean. The 5 starters are on the floor. Max Alexander, Jake Alexander, Kyler Hoppus, Stufflebean there for the putback. It won't go, and Jace Kinnamon in the game as well. Rebound for Newton into a 3-on-2. Berry, runner in transition is good. Ty Berry's got 18, 54-52 Newton. Back and forth they go. Jake Alexander floats a pass to the right corner. Max Alexander a 3 for the lead. This one's too strong, and a rebound on the backside for Ty Berry. We'll see if Newton ever slows up in this game. Ty Berry says, I'm not slowing up. He tries a 3. That's no good. And a big-time rebound for Cody Stufflebean. He has 11 boards tonight. A double-double for Cody Stufflebean with 13 points, 11 rebounds. Max Alexander has the ball kick off of his shoe, and it's taken away by Berry. Berry now almost loses it. Spins into the lane. Almost loses it again. Stufflebean chasing down Demarius Peterson. He had the ball, and they're going to call him for a foul and a reach over the back. And Coach Kinnamon is about to lose his mind.
Oh, my gosh.
Seth Madron will check into the game.
I don't know.
Jace Kinnamon.
All the calls that went the Bullpups' way in the first half seemingly have gone the other way. So I don't know how you could call Cody Stufflebean for a foul there. That's unbelievable. It should have been a jump ball.
And what was even crazier is that Cody Stufflebean caught the basketball.
Exactly.
And he was coming from behind. 54-52 Newton. Ty Berry, one-handed pass in the lane for Demarius Peterson. No look pass. And Peterson scores. He's got 5 and a timeout taken by the Railers. 6:47 to go in the game. Newton 56, McPherson 52. Back at 30 seconds. Listening to Bullpup Basketball on 96.7 FM, KBBE.
2.
6:47 to go tonight here inside the Roundhouse. McPherson and Newton. The Railers lead 56-52 as Newton has the only 4 points here of this fourth quarter. The Railers come out of their timeout after scoring a basket on a no-look pass from Ty Berry. Ty Berry for Newton with 18 points tonight. But the real person that I think has been the difference tonight for Newton is Alex Krogmeyer, who has 24. Other than that, they held Demarius Peterson so far to just 5. Jake Alexander for the Bullpups was 16, 12 for Max Alexander, and 13 for Cody Stufflebean. Bullpups with the ball out of the timeout. They almost lose it. Jake Alexander a 3 from the top. It's good! It was almost a bad play and a bad turnover. Jake fires a 3. He knocks it down. He's got 19. He's saying, I'm not ending my senior season here tonight. Newton back into the offensive end. Turnover. Max Alexander with a steal. Into a one-on-one left-handed finger roll. No good. Ball nearly knocked out of bounds. They will say it is tipped off of the Railers, and the Bullpups will keep it on the baseline.
And Coach Kinnamon just screaming again for a foul. They're just letting them play. I think they've just decided, let the players decide the game.
It has been such a physical game here tonight. In some ways, it's been good. In some ways, it's been bad. Bullpups trail by 1. The inbounds for Max Alexander taken away by the Railers. A lot of contact inside as well. Jake Alexander fortunate to not get called for a foul. Krogmeyer stepping in. Shot's no good. Rebound on the backside by Kyler Hoppus into a double team, and now the Bullpups can run. Max Alexander leading the charge into a 3-on-3. Jake Alexander step back 3. thought about pulling the trigger. Instead, they get it back to him on the wing for the lead. A three-pointer, no good. Rebound on the backside by Cody Stufflebean. He loses it. Back to Ty Berry, running to the other end. Ball knocked out of bounds off the foot of Seth Madron last, and the Railers will have it with a one-point lead. This is madness.
That was an easy two, and Cody just could not handle the basketball.
It landed in his lap. It didn't hit the rim on the three-pointer, so I think it threw him off.
Yeah, I think it came off so hard he just wasn't ready for it.
Newton inbounding on the baseline to our right. They'll throw it up top for Ty Berry. 5:45 to go. Rakeen loses it on his way to the basket. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Ooh, and they're going to say it was knocked off of Max Alexander last. The Bullpup fans that are down in that corner are not happy about it. The Railer fans are happy about it, and Newton steals a possession.
And there's a lot of people in Newton that are laughing about that call. They know they stole one there.
Ty Berry into the lane. Krogmeyer too easy and a nice back cut there. Krogmeyer's got 26, and it's 58-55. Newton steals 2 points there. Max Alexander drives the baseline. Madron in the corner to the basket and scores. What a take by the freshman. His first basket tonight. It's a one-point game again, 58-57. My goodness, what a game we have here tonight. Nearly a travel on Rakeen. Gives it off Krogmeyer in the lane. Peterson goes up and scores and one. As a reach is going to be called on McPherson. Peterson's up to 7 points. Foul is called on Kyler Hoppus. That's his first. Team foul number 7 on the Bullpups.
Man, I'll tell you, the Bullpup defense is just getting shredded. Newton is just shooting either layups. I mean, there's been some instances where the Bullpups just got lost on defense.
And one free throw for Demarius Peterson is no good. The Bullpups trail by 3, 60-57 with 5:10 to go. Here at home, inside the Roundhouse, where they have not lost very many sub-state games, and in particular, sub-state openers. Top of the circle for Kyler Hoppus. Matched up on Demarius Peterson. Kyler, they don't guard him. 3-ball from the left wing, and knocks it down in his eye. Kyler Hoppus, his second 3 of the game, ties it up at 60 apiece, but they forget about Peterson, and he throws down a one-handed dunk. Demarius Peterson's got 9.
Where is the defense? Nobody is guarding anybody right now for the Bullpups.
Max Alexander steps in. Crazy shot off the backboard. No good. Rebound Rakeen. Down to the other end into a 3-on-3. Krogmeyer layup in transition is good. Krogmeyer has 28 points. And Coach Kinnamon has to take a timeout to stop this run. 64-60 Newton leads with 4:25 to go.
And the defense is just non-existent right now, Jim. I mean,
this reminds me a lot of the Dodge City game.
Newton can hardly, Newton's just shooting layups. This is a layup drill now.
So after this McPherson timeout, the Bullpups are going to have the basketball down by 4. But the thing to remember here is, Steve, there is a lot of time left.
Oh, yeah.
4:25 at the pace of this game is an eternity. So there's a lot of time left. Number 1, the Bullpups have to keep making shots, which they've done a great job of tonight at staying in this game and keeping up the pace. The other thing they have to do, Steve, is they have to begin to get some stops, because on about their last 12 possessions defensively, it feels like they don't have any stops.
Well, they're not getting back on defense. I mean, they give up 80 points to Circle. They give up 70 points to Augusta. They're going to give up about 75 tonight. It's just, we love these shootout-type games, but at some point you got to get a stop in Newton. It's just a layup drill right now.
The Bullpups trail 64-60 with 4:25 to go tonight here in the Sub-State opener. And there are a lot of fans in red here tonight that might be saying, we've seen this before. Bullpup teams always find a way to come through down the stretch, and it is going to take one heck of an effort here tonight to win against this very good Newton team.
And the Bullpups shot selection here in the last couple of minutes has not been very good.
Remember, this is a Newton team that is 11-9.
Right.
They are the 11 seed. Jake Alexander on the left wing for the Bullpups out of the timeout. They run the pick and roll back to Jace Kinnamon in the left corner. Trying to throw the ball inside for Cody Stufflebean as he's being defended by Jamison Jones. 4:05 to go. The Bullpups trail by 4. Right side for Jake Alexander. He leads the Bullpups in scoring tonight with 19. Into the lane, Cody Stufflebean, back door. Jake Alexander held off the window, good and one! Jake Alexander had Jamison Jones smack him on the back of the head from behind. A chance at a three-point play, and that's exactly what the Bullpups needed.
I almost had the feeling there the Bullpups had to score. If they don't score there, they're not getting any stops. They get down 6, then it starts to get nervous time.
64-62. Newton leads with 3:54 to go. And Jake Alexander with a chance to make it a three-point play from the line. And this one gets the roll. Grandpa Danny almost popped out of his chair on the end of our left. I don't think he thought that one was going in.
Well, I don't think it was either, but he got the hometown bounce.
Back to a one-point game, 64-63. Newton with the basketball, going to the basket to our right. Ty Berry, who has 20 points tonight. Passes off to Alex Krogmeyer, who has 28 points tonight. Krogmeyer on the left wing. Stops in the corner. Krogmeyer works around a screen. Passes off, right corner. Brackeen, who's knocked down a three tonight, thought about it. Now they'll get the ball back to Ty Berry. Berry, one of the best players in the state. Kicks it out, top of the circle. Brackeen, a three, it's good. Brackeen's got 8, and it's 67-63. Bullpups need an answer. Max Alexander driving in, contact, floater, and the lane is good. Too tough there for Max Alexander. He has 14, and the Bullpups have cut it back to 2. 3 minutes to go.
The Railers are having an out-of-body experience tonight. This is just unreal.
67-65 Newton. Ty Berry, no-look pass. Demarius Peterson underneath. Left-handed layup is good. Peterson has 11, as no team can get a stop. 69-65. 2:40 to go. Max Alexander drives in, floater from 8 feet, and that one gets the roll. Max has got 16, back to a 2-point game. Now Ty Berry and the Railers are running. Berry kicks left corner. Krogmeyer stepping in, floater in the lane, it is good. My goodness, what a finish as Krogmeyer's got 30. 71-67. Max Alexander steps in, the Seas Park floater in the lane, it's good. They keep matching each other, basket for basket. Max has got 18, 71-69, and now a foul will be called and a reach on Max Alexander, and that puts Ty Berry to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
And that's just like giving up 2 points. Ty Berry will not miss.
Ty Berry will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. He has not attempted a free throw here tonight.
But this guy is just, he is a phenomenal shooter.
Ty Berry with 28 against the Bullpups when they met down in Newton in January of last year, where the Bullpups won by 19. He had 21 in his first Roundhouse experience back in January of 2017 here in this building. And he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound, Cody Stufflebean.
That's because I jinxed him.
Steve had his hands up trying to conduct a witch doctor spell.
I didn't do that.
The Bullpups trail by 2 with 2 minutes to go. 71-69. Kyler Humpus on the elbow. Brings the ball back out to the three-point line. Kyler Humpus with a couple of big threes tonight. Max Alexander dribbles down the left side, kicks it out left corner. Humpus thought about another three. He's had the hot hand in this game so far. Back to Seth Madron on the right wing. Down to 1:40 to go. Back into the hands of Max Alexander. Can the Bullpups finish strong here tonight? Max Alexander works around a double team, drives the baseline, floater is good! Max Alexander's got 20. We are tied up at 71 apiece. What a take from the sophomore guard. And now we'll see what Newton decides to do with the final 80 seconds of this game. 71-71. They'll give it to the hands of Ty Berry. Throws it down in the corner, out of bounds, and a turnover forced by the Bullpups. And a timeout is taken by the Railers. 1:15 to go. 71-71, and the Bullpups have the basketball.
And Max Alexander, the last 8 points. How good has that sophomore been tonight?
71-71 with 1:15 to go. Steve, this game is too good to go to commercial break, so we're going to keep it here.
Did someone say extra basketball maybe tonight?
Steve, do you remember what happened in December of 2017 when McPherson went up to Bishop Miege and had a chance to win the game at the end of the game, and they held on to the basketball for about the last minute and a half? Do you think there's a chance that the Bullpups try to do that here out of the timeout?
I don't think so, because both teams are playing so poorly on defense. Everybody's getting to the basket for layups, so I think you just go ahead and attack.
So you don't think they're going to just hold on
at least
for 30 seconds? You don't think they're going to try and kill any time?
They're gonna take the first layup, because that's all either team is shooting right now is 2-footers and layups.
What a game tonight here inside the Roundhouse.
Wow,
Jake Alexander with 22, Max Alexander with 20, Cody Stufflebean has 13, 6 for Kyler Hoppus, 5 for Cooper Courtney, 3 for Jace Kinnamon, which I believe were the first 3 of the game, and then 2 for Seth Madron. This is a McPherson team that does not want this season to end, and they are showing it here tonight.
And they better get out of the huddle.
And now they're counting at 3 seconds on the baseline. Tyler Hoppus will throw it in for Seth Madron, and they avoid the 5-second call on the baseline. They went too long in the huddle. Down to 1:10 to go. The Bullpups with the ball in a tie game, 71-71. Tyler Hoppus dribbles to the left side. Cody Stufflebean gives it to him on the back door. The layup is no good, and a rebound for Demarius Peterson. It's spun in and out. Here comes Ty Berry with 55 seconds left. Spins in. Shot off the backboard is good. Ty Berry has got now 20 points in the game. 73-71. 45 seconds left. Max Alexander steps into the lane, taken away by Ty Berry. He's fouled from behind, and Tyler Hoppus has put Ty Berry to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 40 seconds left, 73-71 Newton.
What a great defensive play. Just stripped it right away from Max Alexander. I didn't see who shot our layup down on the one end.
Tyler
Hoppus. Yeah, point-blank layup, and now Berry. He might have missed one. He's not going to miss another one.
19th foul on the Bullpups, a 1-and-1 for Ty Berry. Up 2, it's good. Ty Berry with 21 points tonight. A player that will be able to choose his college here next year. One of the best players in this area.
I think that's his dad right in the front row leading the Newton cheers. He should be proud of his son. He's a player.
74-71, second free throw is good. And a timeout will be taken by the Railers. It was tied up 71-71 a moment ago, and now 75-71 Newton, 40 seconds left. So now, Steve, the option of holding on to the basketball is obviously gone. How fast do you go here? Do you think they're going to try a three?
No.
What do you do if you're Coach Kinnamon drawing this up in the huddle?
I think you go right to the basket, get a layup, and then immediately foul on the inbounds play.
The next foul will put Newton into the double bonus. 19 fouls against the Bullpups, just 5 on the Railers. And they also have some fouls to give here, at least one foul to give. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them use it at some point. 75-71, 40.5 seconds left. The Bullpups with the basketball on the baseline to our right. They've got to bring it all the way up the floor. Jake Alexander inbounds for Max Alexander.
Got to go. You can't just be walking the ball up the floor.
Max has got 20. He's picked up the length of the floor by Jaheim Ray. Down to 30 seconds left. Jake Alexander down the right side. Draws contact. Little 12-footer, no good. Gets his own miss. He's fouled, and will go to the free throw line for 2. Demarius Peterson picked up his 4th foul, and Jake Alexander with 2 massive free throws coming up here. Jake Alexander with 22 points tonight. Also a perfect 3 for 3 at the free throw line. 27.5 seconds left. The Bullpups trail by 4. 75-71. And 2 huge free throws from the senior Jake Alexander. His first one is up and good.
Well, I think if you're the Bullpups, anybody but Berry, you foul right away. I think you got to extend this game as long as you can.
27.5 seconds left, 75-72. Second free throw coming up for Jake Alexander, and what could be his final game here inside the Roundhouse. And this one's no good. Rebound Ty Berry, and he doesn't want to give the basketball up.
You got to trap him. You have to trap him.
Down to 20 seconds left, and the Bullpups down by 3, and now they are forced to foul Ty Berry, who will go to the free throw line for 2 with 19.7 seconds left.
Oh, and that was such a big miss on the back end of that 1-and-1, because now if Newton makes these free throws, you got to have a 2 and a 3.
So Ty Berry steps to the free throw line for 2. The first one for the All-State Junior is no good. If he misses again, then the Bullpups can tie the game with a 3. Ty Berry has 22 points tonight. Alex Krogmeyer for Newton with 30. And the Bullpups just want a chance. 19.7 left. Second one for the All-Stater. No good. And he gets his own rebound in the corner. Ty Berry will be fouled again by Max Alexander, and Ty Berry will go back to the line for 2.
All year long, Coach Kinnamon has said they didn't even have anybody on the free throw line, and they get the offensive rebound. That's just a killer.
The ball went all the way out to the corner, and as soon as it left his hand, Ty Berry started running toward that corner. You know what they say about good shooters is that they know when they miss? Well, he knew he missed that one. 2 more for Ty Berry. First one, short.
Man, how can a great shooter like this struggle at the free throw line?
75-72. Newton leads with 16 seconds left. And Ty Berry has his second free throw.
Well, now it's in his head, but I think he makes this one.
Ty Berry to make it a two-possession game. It's short. Rebound, Jake Alexander. The Bullpups need a three for the tie. They can't take it to the basket, and now Coach Kinnamon will take a timeout with 11.8 seconds to go.
How can a shooter as good as Ty Berry miss 4 straight free throws?
Have you ever told me before, Steve, that sometimes some funny things happen inside this building?
It's called McPherson magic.
Well, how about you stir up the pot and you get a little more McPherson magic here with 11.8 seconds to go. The Bullpups trail by 3, and at this point in the game, you cannot take the ball to the basket because Newton does not have to inbound the ball for 5 seconds, and the clock runs in the high school game.
And I think Newton fouls. I think they're going to foul.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they foul. I really do.
That's been the strategy of late. If they do foul, not in the act of shooting, it would put McPherson to the line for a 1-and-1 because they just have 16 fouls. The Bullpups will be inbounding on the sideline right in front of us and just on the other side of half court. Down by 3, 75-72. 11.8 seconds left. Now the positive thing about a foul here, Steve, is that if the Bullpups make their free throws and they foul Newton again, then they've got a chance for the win or to tie again back on the other end. But the Bullpups will have the basketball with their starting 5 on the floor and a chance to tie with a 3.
Now let's face it, it's going to Jake Alexander. Jake Alexander is going to take this shot unless Max just gets a screen and can hit from the top of the key.
11.8 to go, and the Bullpups trail by 3. Into the backcourt for Max Alexander. Crosses half court. From right to left, down to 7 seconds left. Max Alexander back up top for Jake. Works around a screen. He gives it off Jace Kinnamon. A 3 for the tie. Off the backboard, it's good! Jace Kinnamon banks it in at the buzzer, and we've got overtime! Overtime! Jace Kinnamon banks it in, and we've got overtime in the sub-state opener. How about a little bit of that roundhouse magic? The Bullpups have tied up the game at 75 apiece, and it is madness here inside the roundhouse. The bus feeling good.
Hey, look at his sister Kaylee. She's losing her mind up there in the stands.
He banked in a 3 to tie it, and we are going to overtime here inside the roundhouse. Unbelievable.
The ugliest looking shot. It corkscrews out of his hand. It's way offline. It catches the corner of the box on top. It somehow squeegees in, and we're going to overtime.
This game deserves an overtime, Steve. 75-75, and we get some free basketball here inside the roundhouse. And Jace Kinnamon turns and says, let's go. He's got 6 points tonight, and the biggest shot of his career. They wanted to get the ball to Jake Alexander. He couldn't throw up a shot. Had to give it back to Kinnamon, who stepped into a 3-ball. He banks it home, and the Bullpups have sent this game into overtime. 75 apiece. My goodness, what a game. We deserve some overtime here in the 5A West sub-state opener, and we've got the opening tip in 4 more minutes. Jake Alexander, Demarius Peterson, and the tip is up and won by the Railers. Remember, Steve, the Railers are in all sorts of foul trouble individually. Team-wise, they're fine. But individually, Demarius Peterson with 4. Jackson Brackeen with 3. 3 for Alex Krogmeyer. The Bullpups are not in any sort of foul jeopardy. Start of overtime here inside the roundhouse. Ty Berry drives down the right side. He misses the layup. Tipped around. Grabbed by Jamison Jones. The putback is good. That's his second basket. 77-75. Railers have the lead here in overtime. Max Alexander dribbles through 2 defenders, kicks it out left corner, Hoppus a 3 for the lead, it's good! And the Bullpups lead here in overtime. Kyler Hoppus with his 3rd 3 of the night. It's a career high for Kyler Hoppus with 9. Berry dribbles in, and a travel is called going back the other way. The madness of the roundhouse, it is crazy in here. My goodness.
I think it's a little exciting in here, Jim. And Ty Berry's been doing that spin move. I think he's gotten away with a travel a couple times. That time they caught him.
78-77 with 3:05 to go. The Bullpups have the lead here in OT. They needed a 3-pointer off the window from Jace Kinnamon to send this game into overtime. Jace pumps, drives in, dumps it off Stufflebean off the window. It's good. Cody's got 15, and the Bullpups lead by 3, 80-77. What a game here inside the roundhouse as the Bullpups never say die. Ty Berry over on the left wing, works around a screen, gets it back to Krogmeyer. Down low, Peterson nearly travels off the window, gets the roll and one. Tyler Hoppus, I believe, is going to be called for the foul. It will be on Hoppus, his third. The Bullpups have already put the Railers into the double bonus.
And another travel. How do they miss that travel? It is unbelievable.
There was a little extra step there from
Peterson shuffled again and again. They've let the travels go tonight.
80-79. Demarius Peterson with a free throw to tie the game at 80 apiece. Second one, or the and one free throw for Demarius Peterson is good. He's got 12, and we're tied up at 80. 2:36 to go. Here in overtime inside the Roundhouse. McPherson and Newton. This feels like one of those old rivalry games. Left wing, Jake Alexander working on Ty Berry. Back to the top for Jace Kinnamon, the hero a moment ago. Max Alexander dishes off to Stufflebean. Backdoor, Kinnamon off the glass, it's good! Jace Kinnamon knocks down the shot from the block, and the Bullpups lead by 2. 82-80 here in OT. Ty Berry down the right side, off the window. What a shot as Ty Berry gets the roll. He's got 24. Back and forth we go, halfway through overtime, 82-82. Max Alexander and the Bullpups slowing down the pace. Whoever comes out of this game, look out, possibly Bishop Carroll. Right wing, Max Alexander, down to 1:45 to go. Cody Stufflebean down to the left wing for Kyler Hoppus. He's had the hot hand here tonight. Jace Kinnamon avoids some more contact, down to 1:35 to go. Back up top for Jake Alexander, and Coach Kinnamon and the Bullpups are slowing things down. This feels a lot like our Bishop Miege Girls State Championship game last year, Steve.
Yep.
Because of overtime. 82-82, 1:20 to go. Kinnamon on the right wing, Bullpups attacking the basket to our left. Here at home inside the Roundhouse, trying to keep this season alive. No foul call on the bump there from Ty Berry. Jake crosses over, and now a hold will be called. That's team foul number 7 on the Railers, and that will put Jake Alexander to the line for a 1-and-1. Berry picks up his third. Jake Alexander with 23 points tonight.
And Jace Kinnamon, the bus has got to get refueled. He's going to the barn, and Seth Madron, Jace is exhausted. I mean, he has absolutely played his tail off here.
A 1-and-1 for the lead. Jake Alexander's first is good. 24 points for Jake Alexander, and what could be his final game here inside this building.
They fueled him back up.
That was fast.
He can't come back in. I didn't think he could come back.
Well, there was a shot.
But I thought there had to be a live ball. I guess not. Okay.
Who knows? 83-82, McPherson with 1:07 to go here in overtime. Second one for Jake Alexander. Spins in and out. Rebound tipped out toward half court, but grabbed by the Railers. Now ball is tipped at half court by Jake Alexander. He's got it. A steal for the Bullpups. Back into the hands of Jace Kinnamon. Coach Kinnamon will call for a timeout, and the Bullpups steal a possession. 56.7 seconds left to go in overtime, and McPherson leads 83-82. Steve?
I just don't think you can kill all this much time, but you know, the way the Bullpups run their offense, they run it long enough, they're going to get a layup, because Newton can't play defense long enough to keep from giving up a layup.
Do you think the $6 tonight was worth the price of admission?
That didn't even cover, you know, walking into the gym. I mean, this is a big time ticket tonight.
83-82, McPherson leads Newton here in the 5A West Sub-State opening round. This is not a championship game. This is not a state quarterfinal. This is the first game of the postseason for these two teams. In case you missed it a moment ago, the Bullpups were down by 3 as the buzzer was about to sound. And Jace Kinnamon, the bus, banked in a 3 to send this game to overtime, and the Roundhouse went crazy. So here we are in overtime. It was 75-75 at the end of regulation. The Bullpups have scored 8. The Railers have scored 7. Steve, I'm going to ask you one more time, and hopefully another time later on this week. The Bullpups, I'm just going to tell you, I guess. The Bullpups, they have to be able to finish games down the stretch. So far tonight, they have.
Well, there's a ton of time left, so it's not like this. I mean, we still have almost a minute to go.
56.7 seconds left to go in overtime. Out of the timeout, the Bullpups get the ball inbounded for Cody Stufflebean, and a reach will be called on the Railers, putting Cody to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Foul is on Alex Krogmeyer. That is his 4th, team foul number 8 on Newton. 54.7 seconds left, and Cody Stufflebean will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. He has 15 points tonight. They for sure need one here. First one for the 6'4" junior. Good. 16 points for Cody Stufflebean. And the Bullpups can make this a 3-point game with 54.7 seconds to go. Second one for Cody Stufflebean. Spins in and out. It went down and popped out. Rebound Ty Berry, 84-82. 50 seconds left. Berry right to the rim. Blocked by Stufflebean. Rebound Seth Madron. The foul called on the Railers in the backcourt. Ty Berry took it to the hole, and the big man Cody Stufflebean says it's a man's game, and he smacks it off the backboard. And Alex Krogmeyer, who will finish this game with 30 points, has now fouled out for Newton, fouling Seth Madron. So he'll go to the line for the final 1-and-1 free throw opportunity of the night.
And let's see if the freshman can knock it down. It's too bad he doesn't have two shots. The next foul it will be two.
84-82, McPherson in overtime. Seth Madron, a freshman in a 1-and-1. The first one off to the right side, no good. Rebound Demarius Peterson, down to 40 seconds remaining. Newton trails by 2. Ty Berry stops at the free throw line, back to the left wing. Jaheim Ray works around a screen, nearly travels, but they will call a kick on McPherson, and Newton will save the possession.
Again, another travel call. Unbelievable.
34 seconds left. The Bullpups lead by 2 in overtime.
Everybody in the gyms was making the travel signal with their hands.
And a timeout is taken by Newton. 34.1 to go. The Railers will have the ball on the baseline to our right. So now, Steve, we start to look at this Newton team. Do you take the ball to the basket? Do you give Ty Berry a shot at the top of the circle from 3 to try and take the lead? What do you do here if you are Newton coach Andy Preston? You throw the ball into Ty Berry, you tell everybody to get out of the way, and you let him go one-on-one because he is almost impossible to stop. Can you hear me, Steve?
I can hear you.
It is loud inside the Roundhouse here tonight as McPherson leads Newton 84-82 in overtime.
And we've got people from Chicago, Illinois listening. I just got a text from Chicago, Illinois saying, the bus banked a 3?
He did, to send this game into overtime.
It was a corkscrew 3.
It was looking like doom and gloom and clouds and sadness. And then the bus rolled into town and knocked down a 3 from the left wing to send this game into overtime. And here we are now with 34 seconds left to go in the OT. The Bullpups lead 84-82.
And don't give up a cheap one right underneath the basket. The Bullpups have fallen asleep a couple times on inbounds plays for layups.
Newton will inbound on its own baseline out of the timeout. Jackson Brackeen throws one in toward the top for Demarius Peterson, the big man for this Newton team, being defended by Stufflebean. They get it to Berry, driving in, and a reach will be called. I believe it's going to go on Max Alexander before the shot. It doesn't matter because it's a double bonus. Foul is called on Max Alexander. They're already into the double bonus. And that will be Max Alexander's 5th foul, and he is done.
I didn't realize Max was serious. Good job by Max Alexander tonight. He's got a lot of basketball ahead of him.
20 points for Max Alexander tonight as Coach Kinnamon grabs him right here in front of the bench and says, great job, young man. And he earned those 20 points tonight. Well, anyway, Ty Berry with 2 free throws here to try and tie the game.
Oh, my
God. And he misses the first.
It's in his head now. It is just... And he's got his dad standing right there by the court, and every time he misses, he just is in anguish. And
Ty Berry is 2 for 8 at the free throw line. Second one to make it a 1-point game. It's short, but gets the roll. 84-83 with 29.1 seconds to go in overtime. The Bullpups lead by 1. And get the ball into the hands of Jake Alexander.
And I think if you're the Bullpups, you really don't want Seth Madron handling the basketball. You want Jake Alexander or Hoppus.
Hoppus gets it in for Jace Kinnamon, who is grabbed for a moment. Now, no foul called, and now they will foul the bus, who will have 2 free throws here with a chance to make this a 3-point game. 84-83, 26 seconds to go in overtime.
And the Bullpups just 2 of 5 at the line in the overtime.
Jace Kinnamon, the senior, potentially playing in his final game here inside this building. If he was about 10 years old, I think he would have caught his dad's tie tonight because he took that off early on in the game. First free throw for Jace is good. He's got 9 points. And the Bullpups lead by 2, 85-83. A second free throw is huge here for Jace Kinnamon because if he makes it, it's a 3-point game. Second one for the bus. Good. He's got 10 points. The Bullpups lead by 3. 25 seconds left to go in the overtime. And Newton might want to have one more shot here. Trying to get the ball to Ty Berry. Being defended by the freshman Seth Madron. And Newton will use its final timeout. 18.9 seconds left to go. 86-83. The Bullpups lead. And Newton, they know they've got one special player on that bench that if they can get him an open look, you take him every time, and that's Ty Berry.
And I still go to the back of the fact, do you foul? Because a three-pointer ties it, but a two-pointer makes it a one-point game.
86-83, McPherson leads. For those of you that are just now joining us, this was one heck of a game early on. It was 15-8 McPherson at the end of the first quarter. They were tied up 31-31 going into half. They were tied up 52-52 going into the fourth, and they were tied up 75-75 going into overtime because of a banked-in three by Jace Kinnamon that kept this game alive, down by 3 at the buzzer. And now here we sit in overtime. The Bullpups lead by 3 with their season on the line, 86-83. Newton will have the basketball on the far sideline. Both teams are out of timeouts as well.
And it really helps that Krogmeyer fouled out for Newton. Max Alexander fouling out for McPherson. So both teams down a really good player. I'm just curious to see what the thing is, the offensive rebounding. You worry about that. If you foul and they make the first one and miss the second, rebound kicks out, they can get a 3 and win the game. That's the big problem about that strategy.
Ty Berry is 0 for 6 from 3 tonight as he takes the inbounds in the backcourt. Bullpups lead by 3. 15 seconds to go in overtime. They give the ball back to Berry on the left wing. Tries a contested 3. It's good. 9 seconds left. The Bullpups inbound on the baseline. They get it into Seth Madron. Kyler Hoppus nearly fouled at half court with 3 seconds. With 2 seconds, he's fouled on a three-pointer, and Kyler Hoppus is going to have free throws with 1.5 seconds left in a tie game. If they call it in the act of shooting, this will be 3 free throws, but they will call it on the floor.
But he's going to get 2. He's going to get 2 because it's 10 fouls.
Ty Berry has 28 points, and that three-pointer tied it at 86. And now Kyler Hoppus has 2 free throws to give McPherson the lead with 1.5 left in overtime.
Well, there was no doubt.
No timeout.
There was no doubt about the foul.
First free throw for Kyler Hoppus is good. 87-86. And Coach Kinnamon says no foul. They will stay out of the lane. The Bullpups lead 87-86. Kyler Hoppus with a career-high 10. 87-86. Second free throw, good. Newton will inbound on the baseline to our left. They get it to Ty Berry. 3/4 court. The shot's up. It's no good. And the Bullpups win in overtime. The Bullpups win in overtime. 88-86. And they advance into the sub-state finals coming up on Saturday night. The final in overtime. McPherson 88. Newton 86. Bullpups win. Bullpups win. The Bullpups win it. Steve Sell, that McPherson magic was alive and good here tonight as the Roundhouse saw one of the best games that you'll see anywhere in the state. They win it by 2 in overtime. 2 big free throws by Kyler Hoppus win it, and a three-pointer that was banked in by the bus sent this game into overtime. This McPherson team didn't want to end that season early, Steve, and they found a way here tonight. What a performance, what a comeback, and what a win for this McPherson team.
As Jack Buck, the late Jack Buck used to say, I can't believe what I just saw. And what an amazing game. And boy, Newton, they're going to look back at all those missed free throws late in the game. And what a brilliant game, though, by Berry and Krogmeyer. They combined for 58 points. And, again, just a remarkable game.
The Bullpups win it 88-86 in overtime. Unbelievable, Steve. This was one of the best high school basketball games that I've seen in a long time. And I didn't think I would be saying that again after the 62-58 overtime win in the state championship last year for the girls. I didn't think I'd be saying that for a long time. But the Bullpup boys found a way to win tonight. They win at 88-86 in overtime. Final point totals, Jake Alexander with 24, 20 for Max Alexander, 16 for Cody Stufflebean. How about a career-high 11 for Kyler Hoppus, 10 for Jace Kinnamon, 5 for Cooper Courtney, and 7 for Seth Madron. Steve, I have not been able to find a final score on Bishop Carroll and Capon yet.
Well, they've already announced that we're playing Carroll, so somebody Shane Baku's cold fish to say, it was Carroll that they're playing. So
they were leading by 9 going into the fourth quarter, so the Bullpups will make the trip down to Wichita on Saturday night. And do you think the Golden Eagles might be a little bit afraid of who came out of this game in this dogfight here tonight?
Well, it was just an unbelievable game, and again, hats off to Newton. They just played absolutely lights out tonight. But the corkscrew 3 by Jace Kinnamon will go down in Bullpup lore.
You remember that corkscrew 3 by Riley Hatt up at the Tony's Pizza Event Center?
Oh, yeah.
I think it will live in that type of lore. What a win for this McPherson team, 88-86 in overtime. Steve, let's take a break. I don't think we've taken a commercial in like an hour.
Okay.
So let's take a break. McPherson wins at 88-86 in overtime. We'll come back on our CHS Refinery at McPherson postgame show in 3 minutes. Listening to Bullpup basketball on 96.7 FM, KBBE.